Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is King Joe Cross, also known as the King of Controversy, but technically really the King of Marketing, probably the master at sales, just being sarcastic. But if I tagged you in this video, I tagged 100 people. And the reason why I tagged you is because Facebook let me know that you are the top 100 people that engage with me, watch me. So if we don't engage, that means you've watched my page, you stalked me, and so that's your fault. But anyways, to talk about the most controversial thing that I've ever came up with. These are my quotes. There's a lot of quotes out there that I came up with, and a lot of people copy them. There's a guy that stole my quote and says it's his. If you continue to follow the masses, you'll continue to be broke asses. He literally claims that that's his. But there's two quotes that I came up with. They got me kicked out of Facebook groups. It got me it got people to block me. It had people start arguments with me. And anytime you speak some truth, what you're going to find is that people take it a little personal. And when they take it a little personal, or you'll know that you made your impact if it offends the person, right? If they had to stop and say something about it, then that shows you that they obviously were affected by it. So the two things I said, which is the name of this video, was one is, if you don't make at least $100,000 a year in your business, then you have a hobby. No one liked that. Some people said, "Oh, well, maybe not everybody wants to be rich." I didn't say rich. I said if you're not making at least $100,000 a year, you have a hobby. If you're not making at least $100,000 a year in your business, then what the hell's the point of being in business? Because then you might as well just go get a job. You can make $40,000, $50,000 a year without doing anything. But here's the stats. The fact of the matter is, most business owners, or average business owners, only make about $35,000 a year. So it's only a matter. It only makes sense that the average business owner doesn't make much. But so most people thought, like as me, I thought all business owners were rich. So back to the point, though. So if you're not making at least $100,000 a year in your business, you have a hobby. And when I talk about business, or I talk about business in general, it all comes down to one thing. It comes down to math and psychology. So what is $100,000 a year? It's only $8,000, $8,333.33 a month. So let's say whatever your product or service are, let's say you're in real estate and you make $1,000 per closing. I'm just using examples. So then that means I have to close 8 a month for me to be on track to make $100,000 a year, right? Well, that's pretty simple. Now, what about the person that doesn't make $1,000 per sale? Well, same thing. Let's say it's $500 a sale, and then you got to make 16. Let's say it's $250. You got to make 32, and you guys get it, so on and so forth. So if you don't even know how much of what your product or service you have to sell in order to make a six-figure income, that's going to be a problem. And at the end of the day, that's my point. If you're not making at least $100,000 a year in business, then my opinion is you have a hobby. Now, the next thing that I said to people, because now they're the people that don't make $100,000 already offended. Then you got the people that are making a little bit over $100,000, or maybe making $100,000 a year. And I say to them, hey, if you're not making at least $1 million a year in your business, then to me, you have a job. Ooh, that even sparked even more controversy and even more anger. Look, I don't care if you don't want to make $100,000 a year. I don't care if you want to make $1 million a year or more in your business. My opinion is the only reason why you got into business is to become rich. And the reason why you want to become rich is not because you want to have this money to blow off, which you probably will, but because you want to be able to do whatever you want whenever you want, right? At least that's what I think most entrepreneurs do it, because they want freedom. But back to the facts, though. If you're not making at least $1 million a year in your business, then you have a job, right? And I mean $1 million take home. Because if you're doing all the work anyways, and you're not even making $100,000, then what's the point? And if you're not doing it and figuring out how to monetize it and manage it so that you can build it so that it can become $1 million business, then again, what is the point? But let's look at the math and psychology when it comes to making $1 million. Well, you got $8,333 a month to make a six-figure income, okay? So then you need to make at least $83,000 a month for you to hit $1 million a year. So we'll take the same thing. Now, let's use the real estate agent as an example, and then the network marketers that follow me, you could pay attention and make sense out of the same thing. So let's say that I'm a real estate agent and I make $1,000 per sale, okay? So I can only make so many sales a month. There's no way I'm going to make 80 sales a month, right? The only way that you go from there, and this goes back to the point that I've said many times, sell to survive, recruit to retire, which is very simple, is this. If you don't have a team of people making $1,000 sales or commission sales to get to that $8,000 number, then you're never going to go any further than you are. You can only sell so much. If you open a business, you can only have the store open so many hours. You can only be there so long. You can only sell so much in a day. You can only do so much by yourself, right? So in order to grow or get to the $1 million, you're definitely going to have a team. And I'm not just talking about a team of people I'm not just talking about salespeople. I'm not just talking about staff. I'm talking about you have to have a legal team. You probably have to have a marketing team. You probably have to have a sales team. You're going to have to do a lot of different things to get to that number. And unfortunately, what most business owners do, they get a business, they make some money, they make a living, and then they kind of just become comfortable, and that's it. Now, I got to congratulate you that at least you're making a living in your business. Then more power to you, because most people won't even quit their jobs. They'll stay there forever. Most people won't quit their jobs to start a business, so I got to give you props for that. But then the question is, what are you going to do if you're not making a six-figure to get there? What are you going to do if you're already making six figures, you're already making $250,000 a year take home? Then what are you going to do to bring it up to the level so that you can start bringing $1 million a year into the business? Because again, if you're going to do all that work anyways, then you might as well do it to make money, to get rich, right? So I hope you guys got something from this, but it's the most controversial thing I ever talk about. I'm going to talk about it more. It's going to be my whole message for 2019, that if you're not making at least $100,000 a year, then what the frick is the point? It's a hobby. Go get a job. Might as well go get 2-3 jobs like I had at one point and go there. Because why deal with all the stress and all that if you're not at least making a six-figure income? Which, if you ever made $100,000 a year, it's a lot, but it's not enough. So then the next thing is, if you're not doing anything to get your business to a multi-million-dollar enterprise, you're not trying to build an empire, then again, what's the point? Now, some of you guys think, oh, the way to get to $1 million is I just got to do 7, 8, 10, 15 businesses, 18 hustles, and I'll get there. No. It's building one thing. Power is organized effort. Building one thing and building that up so that when it starts to become sustainable, then you can start looking into other business, other things to do. But I think most business owners don't do that. Most business owners just get caught up and get stuck. And they never make it to the six-figure income. Most business owners never make it to six figures. Most average business owner only makes $35,000 a year. So in that case, you might as well just quit, start over, do another business, or just go get a job. And if you're not doing anything to take the business to $1 million business, then again, you started wrong from the beginning, because you didn't put all the systems and structures and the mindset into it to think what would it take to get to that level. So I hope this gives you guys some insight. This is going to be my whole message for 2019. I was supposed to launch a membership today. I was supposed to launch a business group today. I was supposed to do a lot of things today. So I'm looking for one person, just one person that I'm going to work with personally every day for the next 90 days to kind of end out December, end out 2018, and then go into 2019 with a strategy, with a system. I'm looking for one person to do that. I'm looking for people that I'm going to put into a mastermind group. And then I'm looking for people, anybody can become a member. Only certain people can become a member where you actually work with me privately, and there's only one person that I actually want to work with hand in hand, one every day, work with that person from now on for the next 90 days to help that person at least make a six-figure income if they're not doing it. And if they're making already six-figure income, then helping them take that business in 10 times, or at least give them a system so that they at least can get to the level of $1 million if they ever desire to do so. So hope you guys learn from this video. Hope you guys get from it, comment, share, do whatever you want, and I'll talk to you guys later.